Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here I have discussed about that things with you, how can active or inactive your this sub menu. So here we successfully completed that part, and now in this video I want to discuss about our marks management, our last option as a mark grade, right? So that is a mark grade. How can create this mark grade? In this video I will show you that things with a live example. So for doing this, first of all, we have to create one of the menu in our mark management. So now go to our sidebar. So into the sidebar, right now I want to create another new one. I copy it and then I simply paste it. Okay, so now that will be as a mark grade. Okay, that will be as a mark grade. So this type of one of the menu, and I want to create one of the route for this one. Our route will be as a mark entry grade. Okay, I better I name it as a grade. So this type of one of the route, and also I want to make it as active. When you will be access this mark grade, then it will be as active. So that will be our route. I simply updated as a mark entry grade. Okay, so now we have to create this route. Now go to our web route, into the web route, and that is our prefix as a mark prefix, right? So the mark prefix here, you can see I didn't update it, so that will be as a marks management routes. Okay, I name it as a mark management routes. And also into the mark management I want to create another one. Better I copy it, and after this I put some of the note that will be as a marks entry grade. So this type of name, and here I want to add it. That means after this I want to add it. Okay, so the marks grade related every route I want to create in particular that position. So now first of all our route will be as a mark entry grade. I copy it, and then that will be as a mark entry grade, and I name it as a grade, and then that means that will be one of the grade view, right? So better I want to make it as a grade and then view. So this type of one of the URL, and then our name I want to name it as a mark grade view. Okay, so this type of one of the method I want to create. And also for better I want to do mark grade related everything, I want to create another controller. So if you want to create this controller, I want to create another controller as a grade controller. Okay, grade and then controller. So if you want to create it, the procedure will be just like that same. Go to your project, open the terminal with the CMD, and now I want to create another controller as a PHP artisan make, and then make controller, and then in our backend, and then I have created another folder. Into the backend I have created another folder as a marks, right? So here I want to create it, so that will be as a backend folder, and then the marks folder, and here I want to create one of the controller as a grade controller. Now click as a enter. Our controller is now successfully created, right? So now first of all I want to support it. That means this grade controller. So that is our into the marks folder. Now go to our web. So into the web, first of all I want to support that things on here. You can see that is our marks. So now I want to copy it and here paste it. That will be as a grade controller. So now I use that as a grade controller. Okay, so now we can actually access our this grade controller. That means right now we are able to access this grade controller. So into the grade controller I have to create one of the method as a marks grade view. So now go to our grade controller, and here I name one of the method as a public, and then function, and then our method name. So that will be our method. Okay friend, and also I want to support all that our model. If you now go to our mark controller, it is the mark controller. So right now I support all that our model. I copy it, and now here after this I simply paste it. Okay, and also for the grade I want to create another model, and also I want to create another migrations table. So if you want to create it, I think you already know that will be as a PHP artisan and make model and I want to create one of the model as a mark. Okay, marks grade. So marks grade. So this type of one of the model I want to create, and also I want to create one of the migrations table. So that will be as a /m. Now if you click as a enter, it will be created one of the model, and also it's created one of the migrations table. So first of all, I want to support our this model. I copy it and here I paste it. So here I have created one of the new model as a mark grade. You can see there is a clear mark grade. So now I want to copy it, and here I want to support it. Okay, I support it in our grade controller, so I simply support it. Perfect. So now I want to update our migrations all the table. If you go to the database, I have created another migrations table, so that will be our this table. Into this table area, I want to add some of the multiple field. Okay, I add some of the multiple field. And first of all, I want to take one of the field name. I want to take one of the field name as a grade underscore name. Okay, that means the grade name as a plus, a minus, or b plus, or c. This type of one of the all that grade name. And then I want to add that as a grade point, grade underscore point. And then I want to take another one as a start mark. Okay, that will be a single quote as a start underscore, okay, underscore marks. So that will be another field. I also want to take another field as a and mark and underscore marks. Okay, so this type of one of the field. And also I want to add another one as a start point and the end point. I name it as a start underscore point, and then the end point. Okay, and underscore point. And then I want to take another one for the remark. Remark means is for I want to access it for the excellent, good, very good, this type of all that are remarks. Okay, remarks, actually spelling mistake, because that will be as a remarks. So perfect, that's all I want to need. Okay, so here we don't need this. So there is a grade name, there is a grade point, the start marks and the end marks, and then the start point, end point, and then the remarks. So every field I want to make it as a string. Okay, I want to make it as a string. I want to put every field as a string. Okay, friend. So that will be for all field for our marks this grade table. So now let's migrate it. Now click as a save all, and now after this I want to migrate as a PHP artisan and then migrate. Okay, that was a PHP artisan migrate. Now if you click as a enter, you can see our database table is now successfully created. So now if you go to our database table, now click as a refresh. Now there should be another one. That should be another one as a marks grade, right? So you can see that is actually our marks grade. So now first of all I want to get all the data from our marks grade table, and I want to visible it with one of the view page, right? So that is the things I have already created one of the function. So right now we don't need this. So here I have already created one of the method in our grade controller. So that is our grade controller. So now with this model I want to actually get all our data, pretty much same procedure as I take as a data, and I take one of the variable as a all data. Okay, I name it as a all data, and then with our this model I want to get all data. Okay, that will be as all data, and I pass it to the one of the return view page. That is the return on the view page. Our view page will be into the backend. Okay, into the backend folder I have created another one. So right now we don't need this. Into the backend I have created as a marks, right? So that will be as a marks, and into the marks area I want to create another page as a grade underscore marks underscore view. Okay, so this type of one of the page I want to create, and here I pass our all the data with this data array. I simply pass it. Perfect. Now we have to create this page in our marks folder. Now go to our marks folder. Here You can also create the different folder rather than right now. It's okay with me. I create a new file. I click as a save as and name it as a grade marks view dot blade dot php. Okay, so this step up one of the page. So first of all, we need one of the list page, right? So if you go, I want to in our employee management, if you go to that employee registration, this type of one of the view page I want to take, and also for insert this data I need this type of one of the page. So right now, first of all, I want to do that is our employee. Into the employee, there is employee registration. Into the employee registration, there is an employee view, right? So now I select everything from here. I select everything, and now in our grade marks view here I paste it. So now I want to update this name. That will be as an employee list, not that employee list. That will be as a grade mark. So that will be the marks view or list. So this type of one of the name, and then that will be as a add grade mark. I name it as one of the button as a add grade mark. Okay, and then here I want to visible all that our name. I name it as a grade name, grade point, start mark, end mark, start point, end point, and the remark. So that is all that our field. So now I want to first of all, that will be as a serial number, and then I name it as a grade name. Okay, that will be as a grade name, that will be as a grade point. So that will be as a grade point, and then start mark and marks, start marks, and then the end marks. Okay, that will be as a start marks, end marks, and then also I want to take as a another one as a, I name it as a point range. Okay, I name it as a point range. And then that is actually another one as a remark, right? So now I want to take another one as a remark. So that is our remarks. So right now that is our authenticated for the code. We don't need this. I simply remove it, and then there is our action will be needed, and our action I make it as a 20%. Okay, and then there is our I have to actually display this data. So if you want to display this data, that is in our from to this position I pass as a all data, right? I pass all data in our mark, that means a grade mark view. That means here there is our for each loop. Into the for each I want to display all data as a key. I name it as a value. Okay, I name it as a value, whatever actually you choose. Right now that is actually common. I name it as a value. So with this value I want to visible our rest of all that field name. So I simply updated that value, and here we don't need this td. Okay, that means authenticated for the code, and also we don't need that detail. I only want to add another one field as edit, and better I also want to update this position. So that is our action. I make it as around 15. Okay, I make it as a 15. Perfect. So now I want to visible that our first grade name. Our grade name will be our database field name. Our database field name, if you want to access, go to that structure. That is the grade name. I copy it. That will be the grade name, and then the grade point and the start mark. That is a grade point. I want to access that grade point. I want to start that as a start marks. And then there will be another one as end marks. Okay, that will be the end marks, and then that will be as a start point or end point. Start point and end point I want to visible it one page. Okay, that will mean that will be the start point, and then I want to take another hyphen, and then that will be as the end point. Okay, that will be as the end points. I copy it. That will be as the end point. Perfect. And then our remark table name as a remark. So I copy it. That will be as a remarks. Okay. So friend, that's all we have to do for display. And also that is our value ID. So now our ID will be should be as a that is a value ID, right? So perfect. So that's all. So now I don't have any data, so it should be as empty. Now if you click as a save all, and now go there, now go refresh it, and now if you go to your menu, that means our mark management, you can see there is a mark grade. If you click as a mark grade, yes, you can see that is showing as a serial number, mark grade name, grade point, the start marks, end marks, the point range, and the remark, and then the action. So now from to this position, I want to add another form, right? That means that we have to insert all the data in our this database table as a mark grade table. So for the reasons, if you want to insert that data, first of all, you have to design our insert page. That means that is the add page. Okay. So better I want to continue this process. In our next video, I will create our add page. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.